Rosete, Miss Maria Cristel Macawiwili, Miss Catriel Lubayay, and Miss Katrina Rosete. And for the discussion of the introduction to hypothesis, here is Miss Lubayay.
Now I will discuss our introduction of the study. So the work environment may refer to everything that occurs surrounding workers, working condition, and it has influence on employees on how to perform their jobs. Our study is all about on how work environment affect and influence the performance of every employees on choose BPO companies. And for the statement of the problem, this study was seek to determine the potential influence of work environment on employees' performance of BPO company. First, what is the demographic profile of the respondent? Second, to what extent does work environment influence the employee's performance in terms of physical environment, occupational health and safety, and technology or equipment? It is if there is a significant difference on the work environment on employees' performance of BPO company when their workplace accessories is considered. The created problem seek to determine the influence of work environment on employees' performance of BPO company and to make appropriate recommendation for the better performance of the employees. For stating the hypothesis of the study as well as the presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data in terms of demographic profile of the respondents, here is Ms. Macawiwili.
Wherein the hypothesis which hereby stated in the alternative is that there is a significant of difference on the accessories work performance environment.
Next, I will discuss the presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data through the use of survey questionnaire in order to address the problem stated in the SOP. For the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of gender, age, educational attainment, and place of residence, and which the majority of respondents were females with a frequency of 29 or 63%, while male have a frequency of only 17 or 37%. In terms of age, most of the respondents are between the age of 18 to 27 years old with a frequency of 37 or 80%. In relation to educational attainment, the majority of respondents are college level with a frequency of 22 or 48%. The data illustrate also that majority of the respondents are from the NCR with a frequency of 35 or 77%, while Bulacan and Cavite has a lowest frequency of the respondent 1 or 2%. To further explain the assessment of the respondents in terms of variable, here is Ms. Alicante.
Now, I will discuss the summary on the assessment of respondents on influence of work environment, in which physical environment get the highest overall mean of 3.42, while occupational health and safety and technology or equipment get the lowest overall mean of 3.31. The findings implies that respondents have a common understanding of all variables examined. Hence, all variables has influence on employees' performance. According to the analysis, selected companies are more focused on physical environment than other variables contained. Next is the ANOVA result on the significant difference on the assessment of the respondents. As shown in the analysis, it revealed that the computed significant difference in the assessment of the respondents on the influence of work environment on employee performance in BPO company with p-value of less than 0.05 suggested that presented null hypothesis be rejected and accept the alternative hypothesis.
To discuss
The conclusion of the study, here is Ms. Rosete.
For the conclusion, after presenting, analyzing the results, and interpreting all the data collected, the researcher reached the following. First is demographic profile of respondents in terms of gender, age, educational attainment, and place of residence. The researchers found that most of the respondents are female with 63% or 29 female in total. In terms of age, respondents varied from 18 years old to 48 years old and above, though most of the respondents are between 18 to 27 years old with 80% or frequency of 46 respondents. According to the educational attainment, Most of the respondents are college level with 48% or 22 frequency in total. In terms of place of residence, most of the respondents live in NCR with 77% or 35 frequency. 1 out of 46 respond. Second is assessment of the respondents' different variables such as physical environment, occupational health and safety, and technology or equipment. Lastly, the study's alternative hypothesis is that there is a significant difference in the accessories work environment in terms of physical environment, occupational health and safety, and technology and equipment as perceived by respondents. To further discuss the recommendation of our study, here is Ms. Nekit.
For the recommendation of the study based on the findings and conclusion presented, the researchers present some recommendations that will assist employees to work comfortably and efficiently in a BPO company. As a result, researchers suggest that this study is significant for the following. First is the working environment of BPO company should sustain convenience working environment and continue to focus on the things that employees require such as occupational health and safety. Based on the result of the research indicates that the physical work environment has the highest overall mean of respondents that agreed. Therefore, companies need to give more attention to the right technology, equipment, so that employees more enthusiasm in work. Second is BPO employees should be aware of their working environment in order to perform their jobs effectively, as they are a company's more significant factor. As a result, employees may be more motivated to achieve high levels of job performance as a result of this. Third is local government. So local authorities can use this study as a guideline for implementing and maintaining programs that benefit both employees and employers from various companies. Last beneficiaries of our research study is future researchers. So all of variable have the verbally interpreted as extremely agree. As a result, future researchers may be decide to conduct future studies on the weight of significance, determining factors that influence employees' performance in organizations' recommendations so that they can be used to achieve better.
Thank you for listening to our study's presentation entitled The Influence of Work Environment on Employees' Performance of BPO Company. And now, the floor is open for further suggestions and questions.